Hi everybody, welcome to Reality Buzz TV, where we talk about all things reality TV shows and all things reality TV show stars. Listen, you guys, Ratile made a few mistakes when it comes to this reality show, but we are going to talk about two mistakes that she made that I feel like it's not good for her. Okay, things didn't go her way at this reunion. I'm going to start by saying, you guys, that this reunion was not edited in Ratile's favor, but I feel like I know why. Okay, I know exactly why it was edited the way that it was edited. I felt like this reunion was exposing how fake Ratile is. But I know that on this reality show, you guys, Ratile is not the only person that is fake. But for some reason, they edited it in such a way that it exposed Ratile more. And I feel like it's because of what she did at the reunion, okay? One, guys, let's start with the mistake that Ratile made to even think that the producers are not going to bring Barbara to the reunion. Because right at the beginning of the part one of the reunion, when they are asked about how they feel and all of that, Ratile talks about how she wishes that Barbara was around. And I'm like, even I'm not part of the cast, but I know for sure that Barbara is there, because there is no way that they are going to do this reunion without Barbara. Because you know what? Producers are very, very shady. They are going to make sure that wherever Barbara is, if she's back home in Zimbabwe, they are going to fly her back so that she can shoot the reunion. So I felt like Ratile made one mistake, which was to think that the producers might not bring Barbara around to shoot the reunion. Girl, if they brought Barbara for the first reunion, even though you had already fired her, they are going to do it this time, because of course there's a lot to talk about now that you had gone and lied and said that you had the lady had quit her job when you were the one that fired her. Of course Barbara is there. So I feel like emotionally she probably and mentally she's not prepared to deal with Barbara. She only finds out towards the end of part 2 that Barbara is around. That was the biggest mistake, because I don't think that any of us thought that Barbara was not going to attend the reunion. Of course, Barbara was going to attend the reunion. If they had to offer her money and more money than the last reunion, they would do that, because they needed Barbara to come, because a big part of the storyline that was taking place behind Ratile's back was a storyline Sika Barbara. Ratile had a storyline without her even knowing that she had a storyline. She had a Barbara storyline, but it was taking place behind her back. So now, of course, they're going to bring her to the reunion. I was questioning Ratile's intelligence at this point, because I'm like, girl, do you really think that these producers are not going to try everything they can to get Barbara to this reunion? You think that they're going to be this kind to you? The hell not. I was like, they're going to do. I'm sure Barbara has the best room. If they're staying at a hotel for this reunion, I'm sure Barbara has the best room. It has the best bathroom and the best view, because they need her for this reunion. So that was the first mistake that I feel like Ratile did. Another mistake that Ratile did or made, you guys, was that she threw production under the bus. Okay, she threw production under the bus by starting to talk about how they put pressure on the cast to bring the drama. The one thing that you don't want to do, you guys, is talk about your employer negatively in front of your employer. Okay. We talk about our managers, our HODs, our directors. We talk about the whole company behind their backs, okay? When they are here, we're like, this is the best company to work for. I've never had the manager that treats me the best way, like you are treating me right now. You're the best manager. You allow me to go on leave. And thank you so much for the 2 rands bonus that you have given to me. That's what you do. When your boss is right there in front of you, you don't talk negatively about them, okay? I feel like that's what she did. She talked negatively about the producers when she was still shooting the reunion, okay, the editor was sitting there at the back thinking, I have a very interesting job to do at this reunion, because obviously after you say that, they are definitely not going to give you the best edit. They are not going to do it. Tell me why Ntombi asked this question about, because Ratile had already brought up that, you know, when we do this show, yes, you have to come as yourself, but there is pressure to bring the drama. And she really goes into it. I even thought, isn't Ntombi part of production? Because I felt like she really wants to get this point across, that production doesn't put them under pressure to bring the drama, when all of us know that they do, okay? Whether they do it directly where they say you have to bring the drama, or they say it like, listen, we need to have something interesting that you are doing this season. But we all know that they do put pressure on them to bring the drama. But I feel like Ntombi was working very hard to make sure that everybody understands that that is not part of what the production does, okay? So tell me why she asked everybody the question of, do you get that pressure from production to bring the drama? Obviously, Ratile is trying to explain that, yes, there is pressure, even though it's a reality show about ourselves, but if I had to be myself, the show would be boring. So I kind of have to, you know, act in an entertaining way, and there is pressure to bring the drama. And then she asked Nunurai, and Nunurai understood that she is at work, even though she said that she wasn't going to do the next season, but she is still shooting an episode, and she has to behave her best right now, because of course they are still going to edit this episode, and it's very important how she looks after the reunion. And Nunurai said, gave them the best answer, which you give if your boss is right there. You know, when you are asked the question, she said, listen, I was just being myself. I didn't have any pressure to act a certain way. They asked Unozipho. Unozipho was like, but go and listen to Unozipho, because Unozipho said, when they asked her, is there pressure to bring the drama? She says, listen, for me, it was very important to be myself. But she doesn't say, no, they don't put pressure on you. It gave me the indication that they do put pressure on us, but I chose not to. I chose to be myself, because I've already shared my life with the people on social media anyway, but this was just a bigger platform. So I was doing what I've already done already, but this was a bigger platform. Now, tell me why in the edits, because if Ntombi is going around, she asked Ratile, she asked Nunurai, she asked Unozipho, why, whatever it is that Mrs. Mops answered and said about this question, because it looked like she went around everybody, but we didn't see Mrs. Mops' answer, and we didn't see Mrs. Sanders' answer. Okay, tell me why we did not see that answer. You know why? Because it's possible that their answer indicated that there is a little bit of pressure to bring the drama. But they only showed us the answers that were answering in their favor. And then they presented Ratile's answer as the negative one, to say, listen, the person that is fake here is actually this one who says she's acting on the show because of the pressure. Because the other people are saying that they're not acting, Bona, they are just being themselves. Now, here's an interesting thing. If you wrap up this whole thing, is that the person that is saying they have pressure to bring in the drama is the person that is also saying that everybody else is fake. Because right after she made that statement, she also goes on to say that her relationship with Mrs. Mops is fake. You know, so far so fake. So for some reason, because Yena, she feels like what she does on the show is influenced by what the pressure that comes from the producers, she feels like everybody else is fake but herself. But from how they answer the question of whether they feel like the producers are pushing them to bring the drama, she is the one that is acting like, that gave the answer that indicates that she has been fake, because she's been trying to bring the drama, yet everybody else is the one that is real. If you had to listen to Ratile's answer, it's interesting that she thinks everybody is fake, she's the real one, but everybody else is saying, I was being myself here, and she's the one that is saying, I might have been myself, but most of the time I was acting because I was getting pressure from the producers. You don't speak badly of your bosses when they are right in front of you. So what's going to happen next season, you guys? They might still bring Ratile back because, of course, there's some viewers that just like her to come back. But trust and believe me, it was a mistake for her to do that to the producers, because they are going to always edit her in such a way that they want to show the viewers that she is the one that is making decisions to be fake on screen, instead of us thinking that it's because the producers are putting pressure on them. That was the biggest mistake. Ratile is never ever going to get a favorable edit on this show ever again. Because even the editor is paid by the producer. So if you say by the production. So now if you are saying something bad about them and they are trying to do their job, they're not going to edit you in a favorable way. That was a big mistake. It really was. You only talk about the production in a negative way after you've done the show. You're like, I don't care anymore. But that show was nonsense. The way that we were treated on that show was nonsense. That's why I never even understood when Amy from Real Housewives of Durban, after just one episode premiering on the show, she was ready to go call the lawyers because she was saying that she wasn't edited correctly on Real Housewives of Durban. And I was like, girl, do you still want to do this show? Do you still want to do this show? Anyway, you guys, that's all I wanted to talk about on this video. Of course, I have many other videos that are going to come when we discuss some of the things that happened at this reunion. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pomegana. Share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Nginethanda kakhulu.